There's something stirring in your life right now. You can sense it, feel it vibrating in your bones, but it's not yet clear enough to name. You've tried everything, meditating for hours, visualizing your dreams, repeating affirmations like a sacred mantra, maybe even scripting your desires or aligning with lunar cycles. You've devoured the books, absorbed the videos, kept your energy high and hopeful, yet the transformation you long for hasn't fully materialized. Sometimes it teases you, flickering briefly before dissolving like morning mist. So you double down. You push harder, refine your rituals, adjust your timing, force the vision to take shape, convinced that more effort is the key. But what if it's not? What if the very act of pushing is what's keeping your breakthrough at bay? Here's a truth rarely spoken. In the quantum field, effort doesn't equal power. Energy does. The quantum realm doesn't care about your checklists or hustle. It's tuned to your signal, the frequency you emit. That signal isn't shaped by what you do, but by who you are in the doing. Your state of being, your energetic coherence, your vibration. That's what the field mirrors back into reality. When you do less from a place of alignment, you create exponentially more than overworking ever could. To grasp this, you must unlearn the world's outdated rules about manifestation. The 3D mindset screams that hustle breeds success. But in the quantum world, hustle often signals misalignment. Why? Because aligned energy is clear, magnetic, effortless. It doesn't overcompensate or force. Overthinking, overplanning, overdoing. These are signs your inner world isn't yet in sync with your outer desires. And the field always reflects your inner truth first. Let's bring this to life with a story. Picture a woman named Ava, devoted to her spiritual practice. She journals daily, practices breath work, listens to binaural beats, and visualizes her dream life with unwavering discipline. Yet she's trapped in the same financial rut, cycling through frustration. One day, exhausted, she lets it all go. She stops chasing the outcome. Instead, she sits in stillness, breathes deeply, lets tears fall, and releases the weight of trying. For the first time in months, she feels peace. Not because her circumstances shifted, but because she stopped resisting what is. In that surrender, her frequency aligns. The next morning, an unexpected job offer arrives in her inbox. A fluke? No, a reflection of coherence. Ava did less, but her energy finally matched the reality she'd been pursuing. This isn't magic, it's mechanics. In quantum physics, the observer effect reveals that matter doesn't exist in a fixed state until observed. Your attention collapses a wave of possibilities into a tangible reality. The energy you hold while intending, desiring, or focusing determines which version of reality takes form. If your energy is frantic, doubtful, or desperate, the field reads that as your true intention, no matter what affirmations you chant or rituals you perform. The secret is this: the quantum field doesn't care about what you want. It responds to who you're being. Being isn't about forcing positivity or faking a high vibe. It's about anchoring in truth, calm, and coherence. That's what creates a magnetic signal, and reality bends to match that resonance. This explains why some people manifest effortlessly while others feel stuck despite endless effort. It's not about how much you do, it's about how clear your signal is. And that clarity often emerges when you stop striving and start allowing. So, the real question isn't what more should I do? It's what's clouding my frequency. What thoughts, habits, or beliefs are creating friction with the timeline you desire? Doing less means stepping out of chaos and into intentional presence. It means releasing control and trusting the invisible process of alignment. This trust isn't passive, it's radical. In a world obsessed with force, choosing alignment is the most powerful act you can take. Let's pause and dive deeper in the next segment, where we'll explore the science and spirit of acting from alignment, not anxiety. You'll discover how the present moment isn't just a mindset. It's a portal to all possibilities. Your greatest shift doesn't come from doing more, but from embodying a more coherent version of yourself. Let's reflect for a moment on something subtle, yet profound: the intention behind your actions. Not the actions themselves, not the goals they aim for, but the energy driving them, the frequency they carry. Most people act from urgency, from a quiet fear that if they don't act now, nothing will change. That fear, though human, sends a signal to the quantum field. I am incomplete. I am not enough. I am unsafe. The field, ever neutral and precise, mirrors that back, not out of cruelty, but out of coherence. Here's the shift. You can act now, but from alignment, not fear. When you do, everything transforms. In quantum mechanics, the present moment isn't a stepping stone to the future. It's the only access point to all possibilities. The past and future aren't fixed. They're probabilities, accessible only through the now. When you grasp this, you stop chasing outcomes in some distant tomorrow and start calibrating your energy today. Because this moment is where reality is shaped. This is where choice lives. This is where you collapse the next chapter of your life. Think about how most people try to create change. They push, hustle, obsess, always mentally ahead or emotionally stuck in the past. Few are truly here in the now. Yet, this is where reality is born. The quantum field is like a cosmic receiver, constantly scanning your inner state for a signal to match. Act from scattered urgency, and it registers incoherence. Act from grounded clarity, even with fewer steps, and it receives a clear directive. That's what delivers results. Not more effort, but more coherence. Coherence isn't perfection. It's presence. It's aligning your heart, mind, and body so your signal becomes a clear channel. That's when synchronicities multiply. That's when timelines shift. Neuroscience backs this up. Studies from the HeartMath Institute show that when your heart's rhythm becomes harmonious, your brain synchronizes, creating cognitive clarity, emotional balance, and intuitive insight. You're not just thinking better. You're becoming a clearer vessel for guidance and opportunities. Imagine swapping overthinking for inner listening, reactivity for responsiveness, exhaustion for effortless clarity. This isn't passivity, it's quantum mastery. It's the root of true power, the kind that flows through you without draining you. Doing less doesn't mean doing nothing. It means acting only when your system is aligned, when your thoughts are clear, your body is calm, and your decisions arise from stillness, not survival. That kind of action carries a potent signature, entering the quantum field like a focused beam, not a scattered shot. Ever notice how your best ideas arrive when you're not forcing them? In the shower, on a quiet walk, in moments of stillness? That's not random, it's coherence. Your mind quiets, resistance fades, and your signal sharpens. You step out of linear time and into resonance with possibility. Here's a truth to anchor in. The universe doesn't need you to do more. It needs you to be aligned with what you do. Alignment is clarity. Clarity is power. And in the quantum realm, power isn't force, it's frequency. How do you know if you're acting from alignment or anxiety? Tune into your body. Notice your thoughts. Feel for urgency. If your actions stem from fear of what might happen if you don't act, pause. Recenter. Wait for the shift. When it arrives, you'll feel it, not as pressure, but as truth. In the next segment, we'll dive into how your thoughts don't just interpret reality, they shape it. You'll see why thinking correctly, with precision and clarity, is more powerful than any amount of effort. Thinking right doesn't mean thinking harder. It means thinking cleanly from a place of truth. Ready to rewire your mind for the quantum? Let's go. You've heard that your thoughts create your reality, but here's what's often left unsaid. Not all thoughts carry the same weight. Not every idea is a blueprint. Not every affirmation is a signal. And not every vision becomes reality. Why? Because the quantum field doesn't respond to the content of your thoughts. It responds to the coherence of your consciousness, the clarity of your frequency. Thinking more, even with the best intentions, doesn't guarantee alignment. In fact, most people think so much with so little energetic precision that they create static instead of signal. The result? Fragmented manifestations, inconsistent outcomes, and endless confusion. Here's the deeper truth. Your dominant frequency is shaped by the quality of your awareness, not the volume of your effort. This is why the third principle of quantum shifting matters. Think right, do less. By right, we don't mean positive or superficial. We mean thoughts that are true, resonant, and aligned with your higher self, not your fears or wounds. Thoughts that flow from the field, not from lack. Thoughts that anchor you in your desired reality, not in your current limitations. Imagine your thoughts as beams of light. Scattered thoughts, even spiritual ones, create a weak, diffused glow. They lack impact. But coherent thoughts, born from clarity and connection, become focused lasers. They pierce through the noise, imprinting the field with precision. These are the thoughts that collapse possibilities into reality, not because they're louder, but because they're clearer. Mental effort tries to force a better thought to drown out a feeling. Energetic congruence, on the other hand, regulates the feeling so the better thought feels natural. The first resists your state, the second transforms it. Only one is magnetic and sustainable. Science supports this. Neuroscience and quantum biology show that your brain waves, heart rhythms, and electromagnetic field are constantly broadcasting information. Your entire system is a transmitter. When your thoughts, emotions, and body are in conflict, the field receives a garbled message, and reality hesitates. But when your mind, heart, and body align in a clear yes, the field responds, and the shift becomes inevitable. This is why affirmations alone don't work. You can say, "I am abundant," 1,000 times, but if your nervous system is tense, your stomach is knotted, and your mind is laced with doubt, your signal isn't abundance. It's survival. The field hears the truth of your frequency, not your words. So what does thinking right mean? It means noticing the subtle stories running your life on autopilot. It means interrupting mental loops of fear, control, or scarcity. It means choosing a new perspective, not from force, but from freedom, from remembering who you are and the reality you're here to create. The skill is discernment. Not every thought is yours. Not every belief is true. Not every desire comes from your soul. The more you recognize the patterns that keep you doubting or striving, the more you reclaim your power over the field. That sovereignty is magnetic. You don't need to control every thought. That's impossible. But you do need to stabilize your dominant state. That's what radiates. That's what aligns timelines. That's what opens quantum doors. Pause and feel this. Think of one thought that's no longer aligned. Maybe it's not working, I need to do more, or I'm not there yet. Notice how it tightens your body, how it clouds your energy. Now replace it, not with a force positive, but with a truth. I am aligning my frequency. I'm stepping into my truth. I'm already connected to what's mine. Feel the shift. That's coherence. That's your signal clarifying. That's the quantum shift beginning. Next, we'll explore the source of your desires. Not all desires are equal. Some stem from trauma, comparison, or lack. But others, the rare, sacred ones, are echoes of your soul's blueprint, resonating through the quantum field as a call to awaken. You're not here to chase those desires. You're here to embody them. Let's dive in. Desire isn't just a want. It's a signal. Not the fleeting kind shaped by social media, societal pressures, or comparison. We're talking about the deep, unshakable desire that persists even when you try to silence it. The one that whispers in your quiet moments, even when you doubt it's possible. This is the desire that matters. In the quantum field, not all desires carry the same weight. Authentic desire isn't just a feeling. It's a vibrational code, a message from your higher self calling your future into the present. Chasing that desire signals separation, lack, distance. But recognizing it as a soul-level signal shifts everything. You stop pursuing and start resonating. What if your truest desires aren't things to achieve, but frequencies to embody? That dream job, that soulmate connection, that inner peace, what if they're just the outer forms of a vibration you're meant to hold? Manifestation isn't about forcing the outcome. It's about tuning to the frequency that already contains it. Think of desire like a radio wave, broadcasting constantly. You don't need to build a station. You just need to stop frantically switching channels, hoping to catch the signal faster. Most people do this. They panic, tweak, jump timelines, abandon the frequency just before it locks in. The practice? Presence, patience, purity of focus. These aren't just spiritual ideals, they're quantum instructions. The more you stabilize your energy in the vibration of already being, the more the field collapses around that truth. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to stop contradicting your signal. The field doesn't reward begging. It mirrors what you embody. The gap between your current reality and your desired one isn't closed by effort. It's closed by resonance. When you become the version of yourself who already lives in that reality, the shift accelerates. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like clarity. You'll notice the shift in your choices, your walk, your thoughts. You stop asking, will this get me there? And start asking, does this align with who I am in that reality? That's when micro decisions align with your highest frequency. Authentic desire doesn't shout. It hums. It resonates in your body as a quiet certainty, a knowing that feels like home. When you honor it without forcing it, the field responds. And here's something profound. The biggest shifts often come just before you let go. Not from despair, but from surrender. Releasing resistance unblocks your energy, and what you've been holding at bay with effort flows in with ease. If this resonates, declare it below, I am already aligned. This isn't just for the algorithm, it's for the field. Every word, every vibration you choose is a directive to the quantum. In the next section, we'll explore a layer often ignored, your nervous system. No matter how clear your thoughts or deep your desires, if your body doesn't feel safe receiving the shift, it will resist. Let's rewire that together. Most spiritual teachings overlook this, but the quantum field doesn't. Your body is the bridge between your inner world and the reality you create. Specifically, your nervous system. If it doesn't feel safe to receive your desired reality, it will block the shift. You can visualize, affirm, and believe consciously, but if your body is wired for survival, it will resist or reject the change. Your reality shifts when your body trusts the new frequency, when your nervous system aligns with your vision. Your nervous system is the interface between your inner state and the quantum field. It broadcasts whether you're open or guarded, expansive or contracted, regulated or reactive. That signal, more than your thoughts or words, is what the field mirrors. In a fight or flight state, your energy scatters. You're not open to higher frequencies. You're signaling urgency or threat. The field, in its neutral precision, reflects that back. This is why some people struggle to manifest despite their practices. Their nervous system is stuck in unsafety, creating a fuzzy signal. The solution isn't more effort, it's deeper safety. The quantum shift happens when your body trusts that abundance, love, or success is safe. This is why doing less is powerful. A regulated system doesn't need to push, it magnetizes naturally. Regulation comes through breath, presence, and daily moments of grounding in the now. But it's also about reframing triggers. Don't suppress fear, redefine it. If abundance feels like pressure, your nervous system associates it with unsafety. Gently teach your body that receiving is safe, that expansion won't cost you peace. This ties to interoception, the brain's awareness of bodily states. Through conscious breathing, feeling, and soothing, you create a feedback loop of safety. That safety becomes your baseline frequency, shifting manifestation from effort to allowance. Try this mantra. My body is safe in my new reality. Say it slowly, let it sink in. If your body doesn't feel safe, it will anchor you in the familiar, even if it's uncomfortable. Familiarity is a powerful frequency. Doing less means meeting discomfort with compassion, softening the signal so your body stops resisting. As we near the end, let's weave everything together. Alignment, intention, coherence, and your body. The final truth of manifestation is this. You're not creating alone. You're co-creating with a living, intelligent universe. Your role isn't to carry the burden. It's to align your part and let the quantum field do the rest. You've journeyed through the heart of quantum shifting, not as a performance, but as a practice of energetic truth. Doing less isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's coherence. It's trusting the unseen layers of reality and knowing that who you are is more powerful than what you do. This isn't just philosophy, it's physics. The quantum field responds to alignment, not effort. Your clearest signal comes when you act from presence, when your thoughts are coherent, your desires are soul-aligned, and your nervous system is open to receive. Where in your life are you pushing, controlling, doubting? What if, just for today, you chose a new frequency, one of spaciousness, trust, alignment? Instead of, I need to do more, try I am already in tune. Stop chasing your next timeline and start embodying the version of you who already lives there. That version isn't in the future. It's here, beneath the noise. You don't need more techniques. You need presence. You need permission to be the frequency you've been trying to earn. The quantum paradox is this. When you stop striving, you start receiving. The field responds to coherence, not performance. If this resonates, subscribe, not just for content, but as a commitment to your frequency. This is a movement of conscious creators who know reality isn't out there. It's here, in you. When you shift within, the field shifts with you. Don't do more, be more. Let the quantum respond. Trust the intelligence that flows through all things.